Money is such a spiritual thing. It's such a spiritual thing. And because in a lot of ways it really doesn't exist. Like how can you place value? Like how can you place the value of a car like in excess of 100K and blah blah blah, but then the value of water at like 25 cents, like Kirkland water at the Costco's or whatever. In order to sustain your life, you need the water more than you need the car. But that would be like insane and kind of like fucked up to, put $100,000 price tag on a bottle of water. So it's like this kind of like psychological illusion. This psychological illusion that people accept as its own entity, or like as a marker or meaning of your quality of life. Every like, especially like the vegans, they'll go crazy. They'll be like, oh, you spent $30 on McDonald's, you could have bought this and this, and then you wouldn't be sick and blah blah blah. But we have all these other like images that come to us through like advertising, through marketing, through whatever, even through Instagram. Just like looking on Instagram and seeing these kind of perfect lives and like perfectly happy people who may or may not really be that happy. I'm not here to like bash anyone's vacation photo, but I have noticed that money becomes the root of all evil for people who have decided that money is difficult to obtain. Because money is spiritual, and I believe that money is like neutral, and money can be both a curse and a blessing. But when someone does not believe in their own ability to obtain it, because they correlate having money, or some money, any amount of it, with being able to survive, which is a really wrong way to think about money, in my opinion. Or they tie it to their ability to be happy, which is the wrong way to think about money. And when people are not seated within their body, like when the soul and the self are not seated within the temple, then they start to like, it's like their like self and soul be like getting dehydrated, and like they turn into these fucking like evil, like twisted versions of like people that are like, like the person that you used to know. And then you look at them and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like something is going wrong. Like you're like disassociating. And then there's this pride that person has, this pride that's like induced by the shame of not having money. Who knows? Maybe that person has also looked themselves in the mirror and they can see that they're changing, and like, they're ashamed of that, and then they become prideful, and the pride is there to hide the shame. So with the pride comes just like evil. And then you start to see that person do really evil things. And a lot of the times, that evil shit gets them no money. And it's really kind of fucked up, because you can like really just watch someone consuming themselves in real time. And it's really like a creepy, like crazy thing to watch. So it's never as simple as, oh, you got to put the work in, or rise and grind, hustle. It's never that simple. It's as difficult as someone learning to love themselves after fucking, a lifetime of abuse. or a lifetime of trauma, your mind is more powerful than you know it is. And the universe is always listening to you think. So when you think, you believe that you cannot get money, or you will not get money, then money becomes the root of evil. But when you focus on things like the visceral parts of life that really just make you feel good, that make you smile, that make you happy, that make you joyous, that make you feel loved, that make you feel accepted, that make you feel like you belong. Because a lot of people that feel like they don't have money, they feel ostracized, and Instagram doesn't make it any better, you know. But when you have even just one friend or two friends, or just a dog, or a cousin, or a blanket, a glass of water, when you just have, or a fucking cup of carrot juice, whatever it is, when you have something that you can be happy about, then money behaves differently. When you have a song, or you have a dance routine, or you have a workout, or you have a yoga mat, or of shit, y'all know I love these tatami mats, but you have a tatami mat, or you have a macaroni plate that your kid made for you in fucking school, just anything that makes you feel light, and you say thank you in your mind, and you say like you let the universe listen in on that conversation of like gratitude that you have, then it becomes easy to exist. And you know, with this existence we have to pay for things, and so money becomes like a secondary part of that, you know what I'm saying? So when people subscribe to the belief that because they have no money, they are, or that when they let the universe listen in, well, the universe is going to listen in whether you let it or not. When the universe listens to that person thinking, or someone thinking that, damn, I have no money, my life is miserable, this won't work out for me, I don't want to work a 9 to 5, I want to have money like this other person, I want the life that she lives, I want that, you know, then they've essentially told the universe that they're ungrateful for, that they have no gratitude for the things that are there to help them exist and survive and not suffer. So there's like this kind of like sliding scale of just gratitude. And the more gratitude you have about the small things, because it's the small things that keep your fucking heart pumping blood, like a glass of water, like a fresh salad, like a fucking fresh piece of fruit. It's not the Lamborghini. It's not the fucking 40-inch wig. It's none of that shit at all. That is when the universe starts to take things away from you. That's when the universe starts to take things away from you. And I don't even think it's a form of punishment. It's kind of just like a, you know, like a what belongs here now, like based on the energy. Okay, so the energy here is ungrateful. So, all right, so if we just think of it as like positive and negative ions or some shit like that, like just trying to like replace themselves and like keep, you know, some sort of equilibrium. The universe is gonna move, you know, money away from you. But when you find ways to find pleasure, find joy, find happiness, find, I don't know, satisfaction wouldn't be among that. Just like pure pleasure, joy, happiness, relief, health, healing. When you find ways to cultivate that energy, then everything around you starts to bloom and blossom and grow. And you know, I feel like even if it's hard for you to just like do that work mentally, even just getting up and doing a workout, or just, you know, taking care of some plants, or going in the garden, going for a swim, going for, you know, a walk on the beach, you can cultivate that energy in a way. I really do believe that through dance, through music, through singing, through yoga, through sport, through just sweating, through cultivating stillness even, because that is a skill. I don't know if you guys are like familiar with like the Silva method, but I use the Silva method a lot to really just kind of let go of shit. Like just to let shit go and like, you know, let the tension out of my body. Because by holding it in and all that stuff like that, you kind of like, you know, it's a form of being ungrateful. You're like just allowing toxic shit to be in your space and in your body and in your muscles and in your bones and shit. And here this nigga Yeezy come to like fuck up my little moment of enlightenment right now. Yo, this nigga's stupid. I don't want y'all to think I'm not taking shit seriously. Kanye, I'm grateful for you. You're fucking funny. When you hit, nigga, you hit. But I mean, it's true. Like, you know, you're not the doll. You're not the doll. You know, you are the Cabbage Patch, but we liked the Cabbage Patch too, you know, and we liked the Garbage Pail Kids and all of that. We're grateful for the Garbage Pail Kids, aren't we? Bella Hadid. It's Bella Hadid, but I think the other bitch name is Gigi Hadid. It's Gigi Hadid and Bella Hadid. The bitch is Hadid. You Hadid. But for real though, honestly, I feel like so long as Kanye West is not doing no pedophilia shit, like, do y'all really care that much? Like, to be that outraged and the cancel culture and all this other shit? Like, that seems like y'all taking on a lot more anger than you need to. Like, who gives a fuck about somebody else's opinion? Like, damn, this is like the one nigga in rap we have that's not like beating bitches up or sticking his dick in kids. Come on. Like, let's get real, y'all. Get real. And everybody needs to get real and stop trying to pretend like they even know what's going on. White and black people. Like, this is a fucking debt slave society, bitch. Like, do you really know what's going on? Nobody really fucking know what's going on. But if you really want to know the true tea, like, because this happens to me a lot. Everybody be so upset with Kanye West because everyone in the fucking world feels like this man, this one person owes them something. And it's something that I kind of like had an epiphany about the other day. Like, wow, everyone in the world feels like Kanye owes them something. And they're forgetting that there might also be things that he wants to do for himself. And that, you know, what pleases him might not please you. and that he's his own fucking person. And the same shit like I've had this same problem just with hip-hop over the past 10 years, like, hip-hop feels like I owe it something. Like, when I first came in and I was like, dating white boys or whatever, like, hip-hop really had a problem with that. Like, and it was just like, why do y'all niggas feel like I owe y'all anything other than the music? Like, I gotta fucking suck y'all niggas too to get, like, my just due, or to be taken seriously, or to have my art looked at, or whatever the fuck. Like, I gotta be in a good mood. I gotta be, like, friendly to you. Like, no, nigga. Like, isn't the point of this is just to have the fucking musical commodity? Like, when did all of this other fucking, like, political fucking social bullshit, like, what, like, can we just simplify things again? Can we make it simple and just really make it about the fucking music? I think there's a lot of people that need to, I know there's a lot of people that when the universe starts listening in on their internal conversations, those internal conversations don't match with what they say externally. But, maybe that's their, like, mode of survival, maybe that's how they feel. They're gonna, like, avoid conflict and avoid, like, whatever, avoid taking, like, a financial loss or being socially ostracized or whatever. But that's not what artists do. Like, that's not the definition of an artist at all. Like, there's very little music happening in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of agendas, a lot of products, a lot of lifestyles, a lot of ideas, a lot of everything else being sold, and no one's really making that, like, visceral kind of just, like, that music that gives you chills, that music that makes you dance, that music that makes you cry, like that real human emotion evoking music. It's just all, like, fake smiles and just ideologies that are being these people in the music industry that, like, today, think about it, like, really think about it. Who really are these people? And just point blank period, bitches, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all, right? Listen, I will make fun of Kanye West all fucking day because the nigga's fucking funny. Like, Kanye West can walk around in the fucking chancletas, the rhinestone chancletas, see hot step in his Chinese slippers or whatever. I don't give a fuck. He could hang out with Candace Owens. He could go to the fucking Mar-a-Lago. The nigga could do whatever the fuck he wants to do, okay? And I'll make fun of all of it. But the white girl lynch mob, nah. I'm never gonna let y'all lynch. I'm never gonna let y'all lynch him. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna fucking happen. Because y'all own fathers, brothers, men, white men, be doing flagrant fucking, like, crazy shit. Like, crazy, evil shit. Like, white men do some of the most disgusting shit in the fucking world. And y'all white girls don't go to lynch your own fathers. And y'all don't go to lynch your own brothers. And y'all don't go to lynch your own fucking sons. So I don't give a fuck what you think about whatever Kanye West is deciding to do on any given day. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'ma laugh. I'm gonna have my opinion, and that's fine. But you're not gonna lynch him. You're not gonna lynch him. Not socially, not publicly, not privately. Like, no. White girls, sorry. Girl bossing 2022 is not happening. It ain't happening, bitch. And now, another thing. And I want to make it very clear before I begin. I am speaking to black people. Okay? I know this is a public space. And white people get invited to all kinds of conversations that they really should not be privy to. But, you know, shit, it is what it is. I feel like, and I feel like the public does it with me too, or like black people do it with me, and we do this to Kanye West. It's like an abusive black mom. It's like some post-traumatic slave disorder shit, you know. Like the abusive black mom is very overprotective of her children, but she's also extremely abusive, like extremely abusive, and. When do we, okay, like when it's obvious that somebody is in the dark, mentally, emotionally, whatever, and it's obvious that they're going through something, when do we get real with ourselves and our role in participating in this person's, like, finding relief, or our role in just exacerbating the conditions that, you know, make this person feel such discomfort? Because once again, the universe listens to you when you think, and the universe gets charged by the things that you say. So when you have these kind of just like bullshit kind of really what I think is it gives like the regular person, the person who doesn't believe, the person who doesn't have ambition, who doesn't believe that they could be as great or be greater than somebody like Kanye West or Azealia Banks, for that matter, you know, like they put out these bullshit kind of get well soons. But there are always the same people there, the first people there to engage in the conversation. And I don't think that addiction is like an inherent trait of, you know, like mental or physical or just like, you know, cultural trait. I feel like it's a byproduct of learned helplessness, because I mean, you know, this freedom is quite new. It's quite new, and it's a byproduct of the learned helplessness, and they're both aspects of post-traumatic slave disorder, and there's a lot of like spiritual work that we have to do to fix ourselves. And maybe some people don't really want to do that work because they feel like, why do I have to do it? Yeah, they feel like, why do I have to do this work, you know, when none of this is my fault? Or maybe some people feel like maybe some people don't even know that they need to do the work because they have really just been taught that their very existence is a consequence. There's a lot of that too, just, you know, thinking that just by being black, it is a consequence. And to be honest, like, yeah, we shouldn't have to do that fucking heavy lifting, but we have to, because we gotta find some relief. Like, we gotta just find some relief and some peace first. Like, I honestly feel like I can't even have the mind for politics. Like, what the fuck are politics, you know? I feel like when you have the black person that gets like so like, you know, like up in the politics, and they're just like, you know, reciting the fucking just whatever fucking white nigga handbook, you know what I mean? White nigga handbook called the fucking Constitution or whatever. Whenever you have that and they're so like adamant, they're so passionate behind that, like especially somebody like Candace Owens behind that, I can see someone who just like is not doing the work, you know, someone who is like very unforgiving of themselves, someone who's very hard on themselves, someone who's very hard on people like them because of just having too much pride or being ashamed of the pain and having too much pride to address it. And we gotta stop doing that, like all around. Like nothing is gonna move for us until we fucking like find some relief and sit down and like heal. You know, so when next election happens and they just like pick another random black person out of the fucking woodworks and kill them, and we see the videos all across the fucking social media, you gotta just understand that that's a form of psychological terrorism, you know? Because I don't understand why I can't show my nipples on Instagram, but I could watch videos of like people being, you know, black people being violently killed across Instagram and across Twitter and stuff like that. But, you know, when those two journalists were beheaded by ISIS, like, ooh, they scrapped them videos. Like, you can't find them videos anywhere. It makes you think. It makes you fucking wonder. But next election time, like, we gotta be smarter. We gotta be smarter. We can't fall for the Black Lives Matter trick. We can't fall for it. Because they only do that to like rip that, like to rip at the scabs of like those emotional wounds that we're trying so hard to heal, and keep us scared. And, you know, just to further that, or just to further instill the feeling or just learned helplessness. It's there to make you feel helpless, so you don't really go too far, so you don't really ask for too much, so you don't expect too much, so that you don't believe. It's crazy how this whole fucking rant just like tied, like forward and backwards, just like all tied into itself. Damn, I'm like on a good one today. So I need to end this by saying, you know, for anyone who's ever had anything to say about Azealia Banks or Kanye West, in the vein of, you know, get well soon, like really ask yourself, do you really want those two people to truly find relief and be happy and feel comfort and feel like love and all that other stuff? Or are you more satisfied with yourself because you get to watch them fail? For all you like woke assholes and all you like, you know, body positivity bitches, whatever the fuck, I really need y'all to really ask yourselves that question.